to our next edition of the series that we're doing on turning your body into a powerhouse. And this is kind of a controversial subject for some people today, but let's just make it straightforward and simple. Eat
meat.
Meat.
It's okay.
It's more than okay, and we're going to tell you why. But let me just ask you a question. For those who say that eating meat is so terrible, Bersabeh, think about this for a second. Why is it that they're putting together all this fictitious faux meat that's made with all kinds of chemicals and fillers and God knows what, trying to make it taste like meat?
Right, or try to replace it by bugs.
Well, that's a whole other issue.
It's similar.
It is similar.
They keep having to replace nutrients and to what? To measure up to the meat.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And so if meat's so bad, why are they trying to duplicate it? Anyway, think about that one for a moment. Now, how many times have you heard you are what you eat?
Oh. Apparently, I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that, really?
You are what you eat.
You are what you eat.
I've heard you are who you hang out with.
Oh, well, that's true. If you hang out with a lot of good cows, then
oh, right, we're talking about
you are what you eat. Now, this is very true. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy, as I stated, around this from the globalists as well as the animal rights activists. And as far as the globalists go, I'm not going to even address that. If you're an animal rights activist, then I get that. And please don't misunderstand us. We love animals, and we firmly believe that animals should be treated humanely. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Your body, though, needs essential nutrients. Mm-hmm. And the proven fact is that vegetable protein is not as complete.
It's not enough.
It's not as nutrient dense as animal protein. Now, we're not just talking theory here, because Bersabeh and I did not come to this personal experience without a whole lot of trial and error. I mean, we've been the gamut on diet and nutrition, and I've been involved in this since my early 20s when I was a competitive bodybuilder, and I have attempted and done so many things over the years. And when Bersabeh and I got together 11 years ago, we've done the same thing because we're really interested in health and strength and having a body that's a powerhouse. Mm-hmm. So here's the fact. We were a card-carrying vegetarian for 5 years.
Card-carrying vegetarian?
Yeah.
But I didn't get my card. Did you get yours?
It's a term of art, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 5 years,
I'm
right?
batting out.
Yeah, you're strike two today. You are who you hang out with. No, that's a different podcast. Not just vegetarians, but vegan.
True.
Which means
we were vegan.
Which means that you eat nothing with a face or anything that comes from something that has a face, which includes eggs and dairy. And it always blows my mind when people say, I'm a vegetarian.
But I eat chicken.
And I eat fish.
Or that.
Yeah. Well, a fish is not a vegetable. Okay, neither is a chicken. But
no, we were full on.
Full on. At the time, we watched a few compelling documentaries, quite frankly, that showed farms treating animals cruelly. And we decided at the time that it was more moral to eat vegetables versus meat.
Well, that's how they sold it.
But they sold it well.
Very well.
Very well. Kind of like diversity. Anyway, I digress. Now, at first, how did we feel? At first.
Oh, at first we felt great.
We did.
It was fantastic.
And the fact is, we've talked to many vegetarians, and they start off this way because a short meatless fast is one way to quickly cleanse out and detox a toxic body.
Sure.
And so we were eating vegetarian, and we felt, wow, we're eating live foods, and it's so healthy, and we have so much energy. And then over the years, we started losing energy.
It was over the first year, I believe. No, it's like second, maybe second year.
And also muscle mass.
Well, we started feeling fatigue at first. We're like, what's going on? Blood work started coming back abnormal.
That's right. We were not feeling very good.
No.
And I got to be straight up with you. I was getting pudgy. I was getting pudgy, which I wasn't real happy about. Now, you may think that you don't care about muscles, but you need to care about muscles because God gave you muscles for a reason.
Well, we need them.
You do. You see, your body is basically, think about this. Your body is basically composed of muscle, water, fat, and bone. And so if you lose muscle, what's that leave more of?
Fat.
And water. That's not a pretty picture and attractive idea.
Well, no, you start feeling bad. You don't feel good.
Yeah, you feel drained and you feel lack of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, guys, and if you're a vegetarian, again, with all due respect, maybe you're the exception. But most vegetarians, when you look at them, they just don't look very healthy. We didn't.
At first. But yeah, as time went on, not so much.
That's right.
Well, find me, please. Look for it. Find someone that's a vegetarian that looks healthy, that doesn't look like they're a vampire or that they're overweight. It's true.
Yeah.
They're usually either really gaunt, dark circle under the eyes,
right?
Super
because of lack of vitamins and nutrients.
Right. I mean, look at Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Or they're super heavy.
Yeah, and how does that work? Well, because, I've had people who are so-called vegetarians and all they eat is potatoes, rice, and French fries. Because, those are vegetables.
I don't think they're doing it right.
No, I don't think they are. You totally missed the point. Now, we could spin off, but let me just reiterate because it's important. Water, fat, muscle, and bone. Bone's going to stay consistent, although osteoporosis is a whole other topic, losing bone mass, which is what happens when you don't lift weights. That's a whole other topic. But if you lose muscle mass, which you definitely will on a vegetarian diet, then that leaves more water and fat. And so you get fatter. Then we could spin off into a conversation about how some of the crazy, quote, lose weight diets contribute to this. But it's not the purpose of this conversation. It also struck me as we were playing this vegan game that everything in this universe has a purpose.
Yes, it does.
Everything. And let me just ask you, and be completely open-minded here and consider.
Just think about it.
What purpose and what value do cows and chickens and pigs contribute to the planet except nutrients for humans? I mean, what value and what purpose do they serve? I think you're going to be hard-pressed to come up with an answer for that.
Oh, you think we were put here to eat those animals? I think so, yes.
Yes, I think that's their purpose. That's their purpose. Now, I also realize that no matter how many of us stop killing animals, they will continue to kill each other and eat each other. Mm-hmm. And we're never going to stop that. So...
yeah, it's like go tell a lion that they should become vegetarian. You should stop eating those cantaloupes.
We saw. Remember that great video we saw?
Oh, the girl's like, look, my dog is
a vegetarian. Here's a big bowl of lettuce, a beautiful bowl of lettuce, and here's a bowl of yucky meat. She puts it in front of the dog, and the dog jumps
devoured the meat.
On the meat. She's going, no, cut off the camera. Anyway, so we originally started eating chicken and fish again, and beef occasionally because that's the programming. Mm. We're going to talk about that too. Chicken and fish are more healthy than beef.
Not so much.
Not so fast. And our energy did improve though.
Yes.
And our muscle mass increased somewhat again. Mm-hmm. In fact, we got to a point where we were eating almost 90% salmon. I really like salmon. Bersabeh wasn't that fond of it, but I liked it a lot, and she loves me, so we were eating.
Compromised.
We were eating salmon. But then I started having tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and bouts of vertigo.
Yeah.
That's unsettling. It seemed to come out of nowhere. I got my ears checked, went to the doctor, and they could find absolutely nothing wrong and basically told me, quote, it just happens.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. I didn't buy
To them,
that.
everything just happens.
Yeah, I
you know
didn't-
what? It just comes with age.
I didn't buy that. So one morning in meditation, I was inspired that possibly, it was too much mercury from the fish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, guys, our oceans and our waters are full of mercury.
True.
And mercury is a poison in the human system.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut out salmon entirely, and we went primarily nearly 100% to beef. Now, let me go on record and say I'm not a doctor, and I have no medical evidence to prove that the tinnitus came from the fish. But my personal experience is that when we cut out salmon, my tinnitus is now gone and has been gone since we cut out salmon. Happenstance? Maybe. Doesn't seem so to me. Now we eat almost exclusively 3 things. What are they, Bersabeh?
Red meat,
Red meat,
eggs.
eggs.
Are you counting chicken too?
Mm,
We're cutting chicken out.
We're cutting chicken out. No, leafy greens.
Oh, leafy greens, yes.
We still eat a lot of leafy greens,
Yes, we
and
do.
you need to as well, because those are live foods and they have a lot of great energy in them. Now, regardless of what you've been told, according to both Dr. Huberman from Stanford, as well as Dr. Tracy Goppin from Harvard, eggs and beef are far superior, please hear this, to chicken because of the amino acids
In both.
in both of them. Now, how many times have you heard that chicken is more healthy than beef?
Yeah, all the time.
It's not true. There's an amino acid complex that's in beef, as well as essential fatty acids. All those things are in chicken, not chicken, in eggs and beef that don't exist in chicken. And guess what? We're eating more essential fatty acids, omega-3s, not 6s. I won't get into that, but 6s create inflammation. Omega-3s are very healthy and necessary. And we've gotten leaner and more energetic and physically stronger. Once again, just for the record, we are not dietitians, nor are we medical professionals, except
No.
for you. Are you a medical professional?
Yes, I'm a medical professional.
Yeah, you are. This is just our experience, but I'll tell you, it's a pretty profound experience.
Yeah, I mean, if Fauci can say he's a medical professional, so can I.
Oh,
Just saying.
mic drop. The conditioning that red meat is bad for you and your heart, we believe to be totally false. Eating meat, red meat, provides essential nutrients like B vitamins, iron, protein, and essential fatty acids, amino acids that are vital for various healthy body functions. Now, here's something that's really important. If you decide to eat more beef, choose grass-fed and
Finished.
finished. Explain why it has to be grass-fed and finished.
Because normally what they do in regular stores is
FDA.
yeah, before they kill the animal, they finish them on grains, and that's what corn. That's what fattens them up, and that's what's not good for us.
Yeah, do you know cows are not naturally meant to eat corn?
Neither are we.
The reason that's true. The reason they get fat, and the only reason they fatten them up is for the money, because they can sell them for more.
Yeah, I mean we get fat too when we eat corn.
Yeah, so you can buy grass fed, but make sure it says and finished. They go all the way to the end only on grass. Otherwise, they feed them up grain and corn. Now, most organic farming feeds them corn because it's cheap.
Yep.
And it fattens them up, making them more valuable to sell.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the FDA allows meat, we've already alluded to this, to be labeled, quote, grass-fed or, quote, organic. But unless it states it's finished on the package, the FDA also allows them to feed them corn for a certain percentage of time, and they still qualify for grass-fed. Completely pasture-raised meat has healthier omega-3s to omega-6 fatty acid ratios. So the ratios are much better. Remember, omega-3s are very great for your heart and very great for your hair and your skin and your nails and your joints. Omega-6s create inflammation. And so we've talked about this. I think we did the series on seed oils.
Yes, bad.
Yeah, and the omega-6s, which are just not healthy. So if you didn't catch that one, go back and watch it. But pasture-raised meat has a healthier omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid ratio, reducing inflammation.
Yep.
Now, Bersabeh and I are really blessed because we buy our meat directly from a farmer.
Yes.
We even know his name. And we know how he treats his animals. And we know he treats them morally, and he feeds them only what God intended them to eat. He also doesn't give them any injections or use any chemicals of any type.
Yes.
Now, if you have this option, it's really a great option. We would highly encourage you to find a farmer's market in your area.
Find your local farmer.
Yeah, because it supports your local farmer. They're having a tough time right now.
Sure.
You know, burning down chicken farms and all kinds of things. So it supports your local farmer, and it's healthier for you and your family. Bottom line, what you eat on a regular basis is what you become. And if you eat poorly and you become nutrient deficient and full of chemicals, you will never, ever transmute your body into the powerhouse it has the potential to be.
True.
So hopefully this has been valuable for you. We'll be back next week. God
Thank you.
bless.
Bye.